Hi, I'm Michelle Robinson, and I'm here with author Cynthia Manion. And Cynthia, Black Pearl, your new book.
It is.
I'm excited about it. Tell me a little bit why. I mean, Black Pearl. What is that? What made you choose that title?
Well, black pearls are magical. They're healing. They're very rare. You know, most pearls are white. Black really gets into the inner best part of yourself. And the Tunisian pearls are like amazing. There's a lot of black pearls out there, and you can go and pick out one. I'm still searching for my perfect one. This is my stay until I get the one that speaks to me. You know, you always have to have something that makes you feel special. And for me, it's going to be the perfect black pearl.
And pearls themselves, when you think about how pearls are created, talk a little bit about that, because I love that whole thing. Because when you think about people and who they are and who they're becoming, share a little bit about the becoming of a pearl.
Amazing. And the becoming of a woman, and becoming of a woman over 55. Like, you can reborn. There's so much that you can be doing. We're not done. We are just getting started. That's one of the reasons I wrote the book, because I'm getting to a new place. I'm not the same as I was yesterday.
So tell me a little bit, when you think, I mean, I love the title, Black Pearl, and then the making of pearls. Tell us a little bit about what that looks like and how that relates to women.
It relates to women in so many ways. You know how a pearl is made? It's the shell. And one little irritation, little piece of sand or grain gets in there, and the pearls irritate it. I mean, the oyster's irritated, and it keeps trying to cover it up, and it builds layers and layers and layers to protect itself. And each layer is a little different. Some are a little more shiny, some are brilliant, some are cloudy, and it just grows and grows. And however long it's there maturing and figuring it out, it gets to be a bigger and bigger pearl. And when it's harvested,
I love that.
There you go.
I love that. But I know you said Cynthia Manion, like the peeling away of an onion. I thought that was cute, because when you think of that and those little layers, just how we as women, we have all those different layers, right? And they're peeled away. Share a little bit about your heart for women over 55.
Well, women over 55, you've made your pearl, right? And now it's time to come out and blossom and use all that energy you have, all those healing powers, all the lessons that you've learned in your life. I mean, don't you want to follow that dream that you had that maybe got lost? Maybe got lost when you were little, and, you know, stuff happens, right? Life isn't always a bunch of pearls.
Now, this is a fiction story, Cynthia, but I can tell just with you getting emotional, this must have something to do with your heart as well. So what is it, what in this book, there's some elements of truth in it, obviously, in this book. Does it relate back to your own personal story? Well,
I think almost anything any author writes has their personal story or parts of it wound in, because that's what makes it real. And that's what makes it attainable. And I have so many friends and people that I've been taking care of, and they always want to know what I'm doing, and they can never believe how old I am. And I realize we're not serving women over 55. So if you can take it and, you know, add a little magic to the book so it can relate to more people, and maybe I'll get some more mermaids out there to come swimming with me.
And when it relates back to your personal story, your journey, I mean, what's making you, is it just your passion for women? Because I can see you're so passionate about this topic and just about the book itself. What is it that you're passionate about when it comes to women in general?
So I was born in the late 50s, grew up in the 60s to a military father, officer in the United States Air Force. And those military men are tough. And I remember in Palo Alto, California, I wrote my first story and it was published in the newspaper. And my mother, Frances, was so proud. And she ran out and bought 6 copies, right? Grandmother, aunt, uncle, me, and dad, and a neighbor. And dad read it and went, what is this? Who would publish that? And you were supposed to be, as a child growing up in the 60s, you're supposed to be quiet, mind your manners. And he used to call me the mouth, because I'd be like asking questions about every little thing. And he'd go, your place is to be quiet.
Oh.
You're to be seen and not heard. Yes, sir. And that's the way you grew up. And I kind of lost my voice. And so being my pearl and adding another layer. Okay, so I was the perfect child. I'm still the perfect employee. I mean, I have that military upbringing. I'm moving all over the world. I lived on the east and west coast of the United States, Europe, and Seychelles Islands. where I swam in the Indian Ocean, probably got even more of my mermaid calling, among the seaweed and the seashells and scuba diving and snorkeling and fishing.
So that's probably why you come back to the whole swim away. Because you spent those years where you weren't able to really be free to be yourself. It sounds like you grew up at home where you were told, be quiet. And now you're able to just be free and share your heart. And you did get published. So that's exciting.
Yes.
So what do you feel like now what is the message you feel like? Share with women before, and then we're going to have a special guest, but share with women before we do. What is it about this book that you think is going to really help them, especially women over 55?
Calling all women over 55. You need to be in a community because women support women.
Yes.
Women teach women. Women help women. And you know what? A lot of women have a lot of wisdom, and it's like buried in there. You have to let your pearl come out. And I want to talk to you and talk to each other and have guests and, build this whole community where we are helping each other over 55. And my little book maybe can help stop using just 10% of your brain. Go for 50, 90, 200%. Can you imagine? If all of us were using 200%, I think there's some stuff going on in the world, they could sure use us. And I have not heard our voice out there. So 55 and over, you know what? You young ones can join in too, because who doesn't want to be a mermaid? The heroine of your own life. A heroine of your own life.
Love it.
Yeah.
I love it. I love it. Well, I'm so excited. When we come back, we're going to talk about how to find this book. And you can share again a little bit more about some of your story. But right now, we have a special guest. I'm so excited to have him with us. One of the most prolific authors in the world. Co-author of Chicken Soup for the Soul is Mark Victor Hansen is with us. So Mark, are you here?
I'm here.
There he is.
Cynthia, I could not be more excited to welcome you to the Mark Victor Hansen Library and have you be the female voice that wakes up all the other female voices, not only in America, but literally in the world, because it is time to release all that hidden splendor and have that shiny black pearl just be radiant, effervescent, and go out just like you are.
Oh, I love that.
Thank you, Mark. Thank you. And your chicken soup books for the soul really got me through a lot of hard times. I took care of my grandfather, my mother, my grandmother, my stepmother, and my dad, and we read your books. I'm making a good dent in them, and they're fabulous, and we really had a bonding moment.
Of all the stories, thank you.
Thank you so much for taking time to be with us.
Yes, thank you.
I appreciate you.
Thanks for showing.
You're welcome.
Oh, that was wonderful.
Yes, don't you love him?
What
He's
a great
amazing.
community. I'm so glad he took time out to be with me.
Me too, me too. Well, before we go, I just want you to share a little bit. How can, you're talking about a community and how women should be involved with this community. Number one, how do they get involved? And then how do they find you?
Well, let's start off visiting Mark Victor Hansen online, and shortly you'll be able to find it on Amazon. I do have a personal email. It's CY Manion, M-A-N-I-O-N, 91 at Gmail. And I will answer all of your emails eventually. I get a lot of emails already. I have a YouTube station. You can check that out and check me out on Facebook and LinkedIn. And send a letter, send a message.
I love it.
Send a note in a bottle in the ocean. Mermaids keep an eye out for those.
I believe it. That you'll get it eventually.
Michelle, it's such a pleasure. Thank you so much.
It's a pleasure to be with you. Really Thank you for being with me today.
Thank you.
Your book's going to be amazing. It's going to help a lot of women.
Great.
Excited. Thank you so much for being with us.